No, creatine isn't a steroid, but it might be the closest legal thing we've got, and the science behind it is actually insane. In this video, I'm breaking down 3 key things you really need to know if you're considering creatine, or if you are already on it but wondering how far it can take you. First, we look at exactly how creatine works and why it's so effective at building muscle. Second, I compare its real muscle and strength gains to actual steroids and SARMs to see if the hype holds up. And third, I'll give you my honest experience using creatine, the effects I felt, what changed in my lives, and whether it actually lived up to the science. So let's break it down. Creatine isn't a steroid. It's a naturally occurring compound already found in your muscles and in foods like red meat and fish. But when you supplement it, you're giving your muscles more fuel, and the effects are fast. Creatine helps your body recycle ATP, that's the energy your muscles burn during heavy lifts and explosive movements like sprints. That's why so many people notice strength gains within the first week. In fact, just a 6-day creatine loading phase, followed by 2-gram daily maintenance dose, can significantly raise your muscle creatine stores, as shown in this graph from Healthline. But it goes beyond just energy. Creatine also increases water content inside your muscle cells, known as cell volumization, making your muscles look fuller and perform better. It may even boost levels of IGF-1, a key hormone involved in muscle growth. Long term, that translates to more reps, more weight moved per session, and more muscle built over time. All in all, it's one of the most researched, effective, and safest supplements you can take for strength and size. Now let's get into the juicy part. How does creatine actually compare to steroids when it comes to muscle and strength gains? Studies show creatine can boost strength by 5 to 15%, and I felt that myself. When I first started taking it, my bench went from 225 to 250 in just a few weeks. Even now, if I stop taking it for some reason, my lifts drop. So yeah, the science check out. Now if we compare that to something like, let's say, a testosterone cycle, the difference is obvious. One study from Australia followed 13 healthy men who received 200 milligrams of testosterone enanthate per week for 6 months. By the end of the trial, their fat-free mass increased by nearly 10% and muscle strength gains ranged up to 19.2%. As you can see, the strength gains with testosterone are almost double compared to creatine. But let's be real, test is a steroid. It comes with side effects, hormone shutdown, and the hassle of pinning yourself every few days. Creatine, on the other hand, it's safe, legal, dirt cheap, and you just scoop it in the water. So in terms of risk versus reward, I'd say creatine comes out on top, especially if you're looking for gains without wrecking your body. If you want to compare creatine with SARMs, let's take aspirin as an example. And honestly, the difference gets even smaller. In one clinical trial, healthy men who took 3 mg of aspirin per day for 12 weeks gained about 1.4 kg of lean muscle mass, with no significant strength improvements. Compare that to creatine, where users often gain 1 to 2 kg of lean mass and boost strength by up to 15%, for a fraction of the price and none of the hormonal side effects. Plus, SARMs like aspirin can still suppress testosterone, increase liver enzymes, and aren't even legal for human consumption in most countries. So again, creatine takes the win. It may not be flashy, but it delivers solid, proven results without messing up your hormones. Now let's talk about my own experience, because I've been using creatine consistently for most of the last 8 years. The very first time I took it, I was blown away. Within just a few weeks, my lift increased and I noticed I looked a bit fuller. It wasn't some overnight transformation, but the boost was real. Now let's be upfront though, creatine is not magic. You won't keep growing just from taking it for years. But what it does give you is a steady edge, especially over someone who is not taking it. And here is something worth noting. Newer studies suggest that the typical 3 to 5 grams a day might actually be on the lower side, especially if you're a bigger guy. Personally, I've found that bumping my dose to around 10 grams a day gives me better results than the standard 5. No side effects, just better performance in the gym. If you're more advanced or on the heavier side, it's something worth trying. So is creatine worth it? Absolutely. It's safe, legal and cheap, and the performance benefits speak for themselves. But what's really interesting is that creatine isn't just for gym rats anymore. It's actually become one of the most popular supplements in the nootropic space too, thanks to research on its potential mental benefits, from improved memory to reduced fatigue. So whether you're chasing PRs or just looking for a daily edge, creatine delivers. If you made it this far, drop a like, it really helps the channel grow. And let me know in the comments below, do you take creatine? What results have you noticed? If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I've got more no BS fitness breakdown coming that you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you into the next one.